Does sweet vermouth go bad? Yeah, of course it does. But what is bad? How bad does it get? How quick? Does refrigeration matter? I'll try to answer some of those questions, hopefully, with these bottles of sweet vermouth. I'm also going to make 3 Manhattans out of these old sweet vermouths and taste them blind, see if I can tell the difference. So stick around to see that too. I've had 1 bottle in my refrigerator for 2 years. It's opened. And another bottle, 2 years, just sitting out of the refrigerator. I also bought a brand new bottle to compare them against. These were from a test I did to see if refrigeration matters. Every know-it-all on the internet's going to be quick to tell you that you need to refrigerate your vermouth or it's going to be bad in a week. So I tested it. I drank these over 2 months, weekly. You could watch that video or you could just take the spoiler here that it doesn't matter at all. There was no perceivable differences between refrigerated, unrefrigerated, and brand new after 2 months. But now it's been 2 years, and 2 years is a big difference. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be bad, but you never know. Let's find out. These are in dark bottles, so you can't really see them. Let's get a visual inspection by putting it into some nice, clear, clean bottles. I'll start with a brand new bottle. I put all of these in the refrigerator yesterday so they're equally cold. Koki vermouth. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the rest of it. This is my favorite sweet vermouth. It's not the cheapest. Okay, so here is a brand new bottle. This is what it's supposed to look like. Next up is the refrigerated vermouth. It's been in the refrigerator for the whole 2 years. The bottle has about a quarter left in it, so it's not going to go up very high in this bottle. And last is the unrefrigerated vermouth. Other than last night, it hasn't seen a refrigerator for 2 years. To me, they all look exactly the same color. There's nothing floaty or obviously wrong with them. So, only thing left to do is give it a smell and a taste test. I'll start with the brand new bottle so I could get a taste for how it should be. Might as well pour them all right now. I better smell them to make sure I'm not going to get poisoned. These are 16% alcohol, which is somewhere around standard cocktail strength, maybe a little lower. There's no problem with just drinking these neat. It's how I prefer, maybe on some ice. Smells good. Kind of like wine or grape juice. This one is refrigerated. Oh. It does not smell the same. This smells like a grape juice, sweet. This has an off smell, sort of like a pomegranate juice. Just a hint of sourness, but not like a rotten sour. And it's a lot weaker smelling. All right, now the one that's been unrefrigerated. Am I doing it right? Yes, this one is unrefrigerated for 2 years. Oh, that one smells bad. It makes the refrigerated one smell good. What is that smell? Is that the slight hint of vinegar, maybe? Like a sour vinegar, though. Like a permanent marker. They don't smell so bad that I'm not going to taste them, but I have another glass to spit just in case. It's very sweet, and it has a slight bitterness to it at the same time. It's almost a little citrusy, like an orange juice or maybe even a grapefruit juice, kind of where the bitterness tastes like it's coming from. It's real good though. How bad could it be? I really think it's probably smart to spit this out. All right, here goes. I didn't need to spit that out. Doesn't taste bad at all. The bitterness is gone. It tastes a little less fresh. It kind of tastes like the alcohol content is lower. It tastes a lot better than it smells. It tastes really similar, actually. And it's not bad. I think other than the slightly off smell, it has almost like a licorice smell to the old one. It's like green beans. I feel like green beans and pomegranate juice have a very similar smell. It's got a little bit of that in the old one, but it doesn't taste bad. I'm surprised. All right, now unrefrigerated for 2 months. It smells so bad. It's like all the sweetness is gone from the smell. That could be the difference. It reminds me of a squished insect smell. Like I think there's some kind of beetle. If you squish it, it just stinks. All right, I might have to spit this one. I don't know. I didn't have to spit it, but it's not great. It has a grain taste to it. Kind of like someone threw in some Cheerios in there, which doesn't sound that bad, but it does taste a little bad. I'm going to taste this again. Why am I doing this to myself? I do not enjoy the unrefrigerated for 2 years vermouth. Flavor and especially the smell. And this one that's been refrigerated, it still tastes pretty decent, but it's lost the alcohol, I feel. It must have evaporated inside the bottle over the 2 months I was drinking it, plus 2 years sitting at, about this much. Must have just evaporated. So this makes sense to me. The reason you should refrigerate your vermouth is the colder it is, the slower oxidation occurs. But the change, no one seems to know exactly the difference between refrigerated temperature and room temperature. Over 2 months, it's not going to make a difference. I've already tested that and it was the same. Over 2 years, there's definitely a difference. What time frame does it matter? Somewhere between 2 months and 2 years. If I'm going to toss them anyway, let's just make 3 Manhattans. I'll put them blind and I'll see if I could tell the difference. I could obviously tell the difference just drinking it neat. I need a rye. I'll just make half size so I'm not wasting too much rye. It will be 1 ounce of rye. I'll use Woods Alpine rye, which is this here. And then it's half of 3/4 an ounce, which would be 3/8 of an ounce. Small dash of bitters. It should about fit in these 2-ounce dessert glasses. I am not prepared with a strainer. And I'm going to use this Lazy Susan with playing cards to mark. I've got 3 half-size Manhattans. I'm going to turn around and spin this Lazy Susan. That should be good enough. All right, I don't know which one's which. I'll give it a taste. This tastes like burnt, like burnt sugar, woodsy. The sweet vermouth does not come through very much. I'm not a Manhattan expert. I've only had a couple in my life, actually. There's a little weird smell to it. And that might not be the fresh one. But it's not horrible. I could drink that. Next one. Kind of has that same weird smell. These two are so similar. Let me try the last one. All those off smells that I was getting by drinking it neat, I'm not getting them, or they're getting covered up by the rye. I think these could all pass. There just seems maybe a slight difference in freshness. I'm going to say it's in order. I went in order from fresh to refrigerated to unrefrigerated. But they're so similar with, what was it, 3/8 of an ounce to 1 ounce. I mean, you should be able to taste that if it's that bad. It's almost half as much as the rye. But really, I'm not tasting it. It's not that bad. All right, let's see if I picked right. The first one, no. So this first one was refrigerated. The second one was fresh. And last one was unrefrigerated. So even doing it blind, I couldn't tell which was better between 2 years refrigerated and brand new. So there you go. If you're using it as a mixer, it's not that big of a deal. If you think I'm that far off, go ahead, try it blind yourself. See if you could actually tell a difference. If you haven't tried it yourself, don't just copy what everyone else is saying. It seems what everyone's doing online. If you enjoyed the semi-pseudo science, consider subscribing for more, and I'll see you next time.